Hi, as requested, I'm gonna be reviewing the video by Joe Fazer called I Traveled to the Country with the Lowest Life Expectancy.
If you're born in this country here, you're expected to live to around 90 years old. But if you're born here, that number's only 55 years old. 3 weeks ago, I was on the train with my mate. As the train pulled up to the next stop, I noticed an old couple sit opposite us. My mate then asked, what country has the highest life expectancy? Not knowing the answer and intrigued, I searched it up. Monaco, a small country in southern Europe where the average life expectancy is a whopping 90 years old.
I've been there. It's a bunch of rich people living in this super small country, kind of within France. You can simply go with a train from France to Monaco. It's just another station. That's how small it is. It's like a little city full of yachts, boats, villas, super expensive hotels, apartments. Now, of course they are gonna live long. All of the rich people move there, and they don't do anything except for sitting on their boats, going out into the sea, eating expensive seafood, the best beef on earth, and so on. Yeah. Obviously not surprising.
That night driving home, I couldn't stop thinking about this fact. People in that country living that long. And then it hit me. What is the complete opposite? Nigeria. That is a 35-year difference. 35 years for simply being born there rather than there.
Yeah, okay. It's not that simple, but okay, we'll see.
How is that possible? I was so shocked by these statistics that I decided to make this video and travel to both these countries to find out why. Well, here we are. We're in Monaco. Monaco is like nowhere else on the planet. 1 in 3 people are millionaires here. Supercars are everywhere. Ferrari, Lamborghini right there. It's just a complete rich person's paradise. And checking into our hotel that night, we had a problem. Oh my God, I don't know what we're gonna do. We made it to Monaco, but the Airbnb guy ain't replying to me, even though it says 24-hour check-in. Oh, so now I don't know what to do. We had to find a last-minute hotel for the night, and the only one available... Thank you very much. This room costed €1,500.
Oh my God, for the night? Oh my God.
This screw-up is just an example of how expensive Monaco is. And that next morning, after requesting a refund from the place last night, I got a lovely call from the owner.
You fucking moron! Go and fuck yourself!
What the fuck, man? Wait, there must be something that he's not showing. Because she didn't pick up the phone saying that, right? That's obvious. But still, weird. He doesn't seem like a guy who would attack somebody on the phone. Well, rich people are really full of themselves. If you own an Airbnb in this kind of a place, you're probably somewhat wealthy at least. Yeah. They usually don't care about you. They see you as something much lower.
900 miserable euro!
So firstly, I don't appreciate...
Oh, wow. Oh, does she mean that 900 is so little? That she doesn't understand why he's complaining? Is that what she meant? 900? Wow. That's also expensive. But maybe understandable. I didn't stay there when I was there. I was staying in France. I just took a train there. As I said, it's just one station.
The constant swearing. I'd also like to make it aware, let me speak, that on your booking.com description, it states check-in from midnight all the way to midnight, which means 24-hour check-in.
If I will see you, man, I will give you the fucking kick in your balls. You fucking English bastard!
So yeah, that happened.
What was that, man? I've never seen something like that before.
But anyway, I was here for a reason. Why is Monaco's life expectancy so high? Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, man. Joe. Nice to meet you, Alex. To help me answer this was Dr. Grisey and Professor Gilles Dreyfus, a leading heart surgeon in Monaco. In your professional opinion, why do you think Monaco has the highest life expectancy?
Of course, people here have money.
In Monaco, the highest concentration of millionaires and billionaires in the world.
money, which doesn't even exist, obviously, does nothing. If you sit in a forest with money, some paper with symbols on it, it doesn't give you anything. If you have no food, you cannot survive. Of course, what he means is that indirectly, in the slave system, if you're a rich slave, it does help you to live longer because you live more comfortable. These people never exercise. At most, they play some golf and they eat super good food. That's it. They simply have no stress and they eat good food. That's why they live so long. Nothing surprising about it. Should be expected.
Yeah.
These people, most of the people living here, don't care.
Yeah, and a lot of them use some strange procedures. They do surgeries to look younger in their minds.
About costs or whatever. We're not concerned by that.
The main thing it boils down to is money.
In the hospital, the pay is about 30% or 40% above what it is in France or in Italy.
Yeah. So if you're a well-qualified doctor and want to earn more money, you move to Monaco.
It's a good system because there are lots of physicians. In the ratio of patients to physicians, it's very high.
It's actually the second highest in the world. With
It would be pretty stupid to go to a doctor in Monaco when you can just take a train, one station, and you're in France. And you could go to Nice also, which is very close. That's where I was staying when I went to Monaco. Yeah, just a few stations, and then you have a much cheaper doctor. Of course, if you're a billionaire, you don't care about that. But probably some of the wealthy people who don't have that much money, they probably do that, I would imagine.
89 doctors per 10,000 residents, which compared to Nigeria only has 4 doctors per 10,000. It is an absolute ghost town. And these statistics definitely show. I walked around the public hospital and it was so quiet. The only people I bumped into were nurses or doctors working there. We went to the hospital today and it was so quiet.
Yeah.
It was like a ghost town.
The hospital is quite big compared to the population here.
I mean, I can get a CT scan within 2 days, even 24 hours.
Compared to another country, how long would that take to get?
Well, there are places it takes 3 months.
Wow. You can get medical assistance instantly here. And after speaking to this resident who lives in Monaco, it put into perspective truly how fast.
I had an emergency, we had to call the ambulance. Yeah. They were outside mine in Monaco in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I got taken into care. Overall, I think it took about half an hour from the time that I called for me to get taken into care.
For the care that you needed.
Yeah. So
That's mental.
Yeah.
So the first factor for Monaco is extreme life expectancy, the best healthcare in the world. Factor number 2, stress. How long have you lived here for?
15 years.
And what's life like in Monaco?
Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
There is no stress, there is no anxiety.
If you have the money, you can live the most stress-free life ever. Wendy, what do you do for a living?
Well, I go to lunch and parties mostly.
The weather is great,
Yeah.
you know, good food, good wine, nice people.
Ultra-million billionaires come here to retire and they have absolutely nothing to worry about.
Very safe, very clean, beautiful life. What's not to love?
And chronic stress is one of the biggest killers there is.
It increases anxiety, depression.
Yeah, and this coming from a guy who promotes bodybuilding and going to the gym. I don't even think that he realizes that gyms are one of the main causes for heart attacks and strokes nowadays. Of course, if you exercise outside of the gym, then it's just as bad. If you run, do jogging, if you run marathons especially, it's all the same. It's incredibly stressful for the heart. If you do so-called cardio, then you're really stressing your heart and you're begging for a heart attack.
Is your blood pressure, your heart rate, things like that.
So lack of stress, well, it makes people live longer. And the final point,
Yeah, and he just doesn't at all now come to the conclusion, is maybe going to the gym bad? If all of these rich people don't go to the gym, they never exercise, they just go to parties, look youthful, healthy? Now, fuck it, I'll just use my protein powder waste products and keep pumping the iron, idiot.
it's just a general healthy lifestyle.
A lot of wealthy guys here, a bit old, they want to be still fit and young,
Yeah.
to get out with young girls.
Why did you move to Monaco?
beautiful woman.
Beautiful woman, fair enough.
And so they look after their health, train, they be careful about what they eat.
Being rich and having loads of free time, it means you can focus on your health and fitness more. And with all the
Fitness, and he shows golf, which is what the rich people do. Come on, man, why don't you show a clip of them pulling and pushing metal in the gym? Fuck, why is he so delusional?
beautiful women, there's even more incentive.
Well, the women have a fake chest, they have a fake lips. Beautiful, whatever. I guess if you're into that.
And while there are other minute points, I feel like these are the big three. Monaco is
Yeah, and he says healthy lifestyle and shows somebody playing golf. Oh my god, man.
like nowhere else on the planet. And the people here, well, they have it good. But now we're flipping the switch.
His videos are well made, and the ideas behind them are good. It's just that his conclusions are so wrong. Imagine him making actual proper videos showing people the truth of why they live so long, because they don't exercise, they don't stress themselves. He said no stress, but he doesn't understand what that even means. He could actually be waking up some people. Instead, I have to review his videos to tell you the truth. Well, whatever.
Nigeria, a completely different world, which was only 6 hours away on a flight, where the average life is 35 years less.
On 35 Bravo.
Welcome to Nigeria. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello man, my name is PJ. We just with my men here. Just right now in Lagos.
But do you notice what I notice? Way friendlier people right away. Yeah. It's usually like this. The people in those rich countries are fake and in some ways really just disgusting, their attitude. Maybe they have fun amongst each other, but they don't respect any outsiders, that's for sure. They look down on you, yeah. Oftentimes, literally, because they are pretty well developed. The young guys grow up really tall nowadays there because of how they live and what they eat. But still, yeah, you're gonna see a way more smiles in Nigeria.
Lagos Airport, have a good time, man.
Thank you very much, Pete.
And you're also gonna see some messed up people there. Yeah, but still for the most part.
Have a good one, yeah?
Lagos, the capital city of Nigeria.
You good? Call Palmer. Good to meet you, man.
What country you from?
England.
England.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
nice.
Yeah, man.
To meet you, Tom.
Nigeria welcomed me with open arms.
Look at that. A live fish, man. You want me to hold it? Oh, God.
The people were lovely. The atmosphere was great. This was Nigeria.
Your hair.
Technically, the food there is better. It's just that most people cannot afford it, which is why they eat a lot of seeds, plants. But as far as natural food goes, it would actually be better there, technically. I guess that you can argue about that, but they would eat closer to nature if they could.
It's amazing. I love your hair.
But the way some of these people live just broke me. This is one of the many water slums in Nigeria. It has a population of 200,000 people. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Look how black the water is. It's not brown, it's not dirty, it is literally black.
Inside the houses, there's no electricity, there's no sewage system.
What about
That there's no electricity is not a problem. That's good. Sewage system, yeah. I guess that it all goes into the water, which is why it's so dark.
when you want to go to the toilet? Where do you go?
Go to toilet. This is the toilet.
So you just poo into the water?
Just feed into the water.
This unhygienic way of living causes many diseases.
Are there many diseases around here which are big around here?
If you go into the water, yeah. And also being above it, after a while, that could also slightly harm you.
The most sickness we have here is malaria.
Malaria is a deadly disease carried by mosquitoes.
We have a lot of mosquito right now.
Does it get bad?
Yeah.
Do you have any friends who have suffered from malaria?
Yes, yes.
And it's not just in the water slums.
She has malaria at the moment.
You have malaria right now?
Malaria takes the life of 457 people in Nigeria a day, compared to Monaco, which has never had a death from malaria. And there's so many more diseases. 443 children under 5 die a day from pneumonia, 0 cases in Monaco. 415 deaths a day from diarrheal disease, 0 in Monaco. 195 deaths a day from tuberculosis, and you guessed it, 0 in Monaco. We are on the way meeting a family who lives here in Lagos. Just going to speak to them, get to know their living situation. Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Asha Farid.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, sir.
And these are your kids?
Yes, sir.
How are you? Hello. And he's the smiley one. Asha kindly showed me into her home, which she shares with her 3 children. Is that Real Madrid? You're like Cristiano Ronaldo? Ronaldo, yeah. What is life like living here in Nigeria?
It's not easy, but we are just managed it.
What is the healthcare system like in Nigeria?
I'm at the hospital, they know they attend. One attends to what low hospital.
Healthcare in Nigeria is not free, and when over 56% of the population lives below the poverty line, it means there's a vast amount of people who can't afford the help they need, which is a big factor to all of these disease-related deaths. Has anyone you know had an issue with malaria?
There's actually some stuff that I would like to say about malaria, but it's not really possible. They get this thing, most people in Nigeria, which is supposed to protect them from it. You can imagine what it does and what's actually causing the problems. Yeah, that's all that I will say to it.
But luckily the kids were okay. So if you...
I bought one before. She died.
No, she lost one.
I'm really sorry to hear about that. Statistics are one thing, but when you hear it in person, it's hard.
Malaria and typhoid.
I'm really sorry to hear about that.
Thank you, sir.
I'm really sorry.
Thank you, sir.
Wait. Children under 5 account for most disease-related deaths in Nigeria due to not yet fully developed immune systems, malnutrition, and the limited access to healthcare. 1 in every 9 children born in Nigeria dies from a disease-related death, and so many dying that young brings a life expectancy average.
Yeah. At least I think that he understands that it's the child mortality rates which bring down the average lifespan. Nigeria has a lot of centenarians, people who live to over 100. It's not as if, in general, people simply die young there. It's that the mortality of the children brings down the so-called statistics. That's it, really, for the most part. As such, if you survive that period, you live a pretty long life in Nigeria.
Down massively. We've arrived at the General Hospital. This is the largest hospital in Nigeria. Walking in, it was definitely a lot busier than Monaco's. How you doing? I'm Joe. Nice to meet you. I met up with the doctor who works here.
Dr. Bamidele Bengas.
Nigeria has the lowest life expectancy in the world. Why do you think that is? Now, the doctor explained pretty much all the points we've mentioned today. Tons of diseases, lack of money, poor healthcare. But there was one extra point he made, which I did not expect.
And a lot of people, they don't even believe going to hospitals. They believe that when they have problems like that, they can actually fast, pray and fast, and with that
and they'll be fine, that's what they think.
Yeah, that's what they think.
He said praying first, but I think that the doctor said pray and fast, no? As in starve, because a lot of religious people believe that fasting, starving is gonna help them, which actually, in the case of a fever, but then you would want to do it naturally anyway, would help, but it's not that you force it, that you just don't eat even though you want to eat. Yeah, I would have a lot to say about this, but I'm not going to. But what's going on in Africa is really messed up on a different level. I have made some videos about this many years ago, but this whole story about malaria and everything else that's going on there and how they try to help the people there. Yeah, it's pretty dark.
How old are you?
20 years.
What is your secret to living such a long life?
My body's strong. My body's strong. They go, only God, now they look at me.
So God.
She's probably doing better than the 90-year-olds in Monaco. Most likely. Seems like it.
Yeah. This lady is 100 years old. So what's the key to living a long life?
She didn't do anything. She's living long because of that.
She didn't do anything. It's a good way to put it, yeah.
Religion is so strong here, Christianity being the main one in Nigeria, and there are many people whose beliefs are so strong that they feel they don't need medicine and that God will make them better.
Some Christians, they still believe in the miracle. They follow Bible and they believe what happened in the Bible can still happen now.
Do you think that that's dangerous, that people believe this?
It's dangerous. A lot of them believe that most of the illness is being caused by evil people, the evil spirits. They believe that when they pray, they can cast away this evil, they'll be healed.
Believing in God is not a factor to a low life expectancy, but denying medicine because your beliefs are that strong, well, that could be. To summarise, Monaco and Nigeria are two completely different worlds, and the difference in life expectancy comes down to all these different reasons added up. We live in a world which is completely unfair, but some of the people who have it the hardest were some of the nicest people I'd ever met.
It's interesting that he calls it unfair. No, whatever. If you'd like to support, blah blah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's nice, I suppose, but read up on charities and how they really work. Almost none of the money that you send to charities actually goes to the cause, unfortunately. They all pocket the money, over 90% of it. Overall, a well-made video, but he doesn't actually understand why people in Monaco live so long. And he also doesn't really understand why the life expectancy in Nigeria is so low. People nowadays believe that people simply live until their 50s in these low life expectancy countries, and then they die somehow magically without any explanation. No, it's because of the child mortality rates. This is what brings down the overall lifespan. As you could see, and I said it before he even showed it, there's people who live to 100 and beyond also. In Nigeria, in all of these countries where the life expectancy is low, but because of wars, famines, and some other stuff which is going on, as I said, I'm not going to talk about it, the life expectancies are low overall. It's not that people in general simply somehow magically die. People believe this also about the lifespans in nature, whatever they mean by that. There's a lot of people out there still today who believe that humans in nature live to 30. Somehow magically they just live to the age of 30 and then they died without any explanation. They can never explain what they mean. And you couldn't prove this anyway. If you would say that the child mortality rates were very high, then you could still not prove that. But they don't even mean that. They just believe that people somehow died. They were 30, almost at the peak of their life and health, and then they died. It just reminds me of that because people also don't really think about why the life expectancies are low in a lot of these countries. In general, they can live long and healthy lives. And the reason people live long lives in Monaco, and the reason the statistics also show that, is because there's not high child mortality rates. And of course, because they don't have any stress, but as far as the statistics go, as such, the reason they live to 100 and beyond is because they never exercise. And he actually showed that. He actually showed footage of a guy playing golf, and he still talked about fitness, not realizing that golf is nothing. As far as stress goes, it's almost like walking, really. Yeah, it's maybe very slightly more stressful, as in 0.5%, but really it's just like walking. You walk and then you hit the ball now and then, and you just chill out in the sun with your mates talking about whatever. Yeah, of course they are gonna live a long life, and then they go and eat lobster, caviar, and the best steaks on earth. Yeah, what's surprising about it? Joe Fazer stresses himself all the time. He already looks older than he is. And he still doesn't learn anything from these people, even though actually this video should have been an epiphany to him. But when you're severely brainwashed, maybe you're never gonna wake up. Thanks for watching.